Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA, The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Wednesday, a rainy, overcast Wednesday. Be careful out there, folks. Take a little extra time getting where you're going, wherever you're going today. Just take a little extra time. Don't get in any hurry. Don't get angry. You know, it's bad out there for everybody. So make sure you understand that. And yes, I will try to take my own advice, Susan. My wife's probably out there going, "Hey, that's you too, road rager." So I probably should take my own advice. Hey, the 4th annual Ocala Recovery Fest is going to return with a message of hope and addiction resources after it took a hiatus last year because of COVID. The Ocala Recovery Fest is back for the 4th year. It invites people to celebrate those in recovery and remember those lost to addiction. It occurs during September in alignment with National Recovery Month. The free event will take place Saturday, September 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tuskwilla Park. It's going to shed light on addiction and recovery in Marion County, but also recognize the hope and recovery efforts happening on a daily basis. Steve Blank, who's the operations director of Perspective Integrated Treatment and Sober Living, said, "It's just important that folks understand that there's so much good that's going on and so many people that have gotten help in this community and have stayed in the community and are working in the community or giving back as part of the process." Steve helped organize this event. Blank also has a role in starting the Recovery Fest in 2017 to identify the good happenings in the community rather than only acknowledging the struggles with overdose and addiction. Attendees will have the opportunity to hear from community guest speakers, honor loved ones on a memory wall, and talk to 38 vendors who provide treatment or support services. Your guests will get a free T-shirt and lunch. Family-friendly event will also have kids zone, pony rides, face painting, selfie booth, balloon artist, and live music from Mike Smithson. Mike's a good musician, too. So you can expect 4 hours of hopefully great weather, fun food, message of hope, and opportunities to meet and see other people that haven't seen before or learn about resources in our community, according to Steve Blank. You know, this is very important because when you are a recovering addict, and I make no bones about it, I am now clean and sober from the horrible drug of cocaine for now it is 24 years. It had, look, I had no control over it. I was in the restaurant industry and thought, here was my thought process. And this is the thought process of an addict. I go, I'm not an addict. I just use it to make sure I can work the 100 hours a week I need to work in the restaurant. I have to have it to work. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? But it made perfect sense then because I was an addict. I had to have it to live. Had nothing to do with work. I had to have it to live. Sometimes, it's getting better now, but sometimes people look at addicts as just degenerates and, you did it to yourself, and that's not the case. It's just like alcoholism. It gets to the point where your body's dependent on it. One day you just can't stop. You never think that day's coming. I used to look at me, I could put this down anytime I wanted to. And I would. I'd put it down. I'd go, I'd have 2 days off. I wouldn't do any cocaine. My days were off. I'd sleep in the bed. Didn't need any cocaine. But did I really take it? No, I didn't take it off. I'd sleep, get a good night's sleep, get out of the bed, sitting in the living room. Oh, look, there's the mirror with a little powder on it. Might as well do a line. That's what an addict does because your body says, hey, there's cocaine, I need it. Hey, there's heroin, I need it. Hey, there's alcohol, I need it. It's a sickness the same as COVID. It's a sickness the same as heart disease, a cancer. It's a very real sickness. And it's one that takes a lot of effort to overcome. And so the fact that they're celebrating the people that overcome it and remembering the ones that were ultimately lost to the addiction, that's a huge deal for recovering addicts. So this is kudos to Steve and his group for putting this on. This is the 4th year they're doing it. Steve Blank, he's the operations director at Perspective Integrated Treatment and Sober Living. And it's going to, it's at Tuskwilla Park, by the way. A very good venue because Tuskwilla Park's had its issues from time to time in our city with overdoses and drug use rampant in that area. But I think a lot of times people think addicts are just the dregs of society. And if the opioid crisis has done anything, it has brought home the fact that addicts are soccer moms and they're blue-collar dads and they're white-collar dads and they're working mothers, they're aunts and uncles. You know, a lot of people who got hooked on opioids got hooked on them because they had a surgery and the doctor gave them the pills. The doctor gave them the pills because not the insurance, pharmaceutical companies told them Oxycontin is not addictive. You can give as many as you want. It's a non-addictive drug. Well, come to find out, that was a lie. But once you're an addict, it's not something, it's not a switch you just turn on and off. And I say that from a perspective of knowledge because 24 years recovering addict. That's me. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. I remember the 1960s. I was a young teenager, and I remember the spontaneous riots because good people got assassinated.
Yes. Dr. King got assassinated and Robert Kennedy got assassinated, both in 68.
Yeah.
Medgar Evers had been assassinated earlier. John F. Kennedy had been assassinated earlier.
Yeah, these things that happened last year, they were pre-planned.
100%.
Paid for the shipment of bricks to the cities. I mean, that was something was going on.
That is the epitome of the Sex Pistols anarchy in the UK. It just took place right here in Portland. It took place right here in St. Louis. Took place right here in Seattle. Took place all over this country. It was the epitome of anarchy.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thanks, Jim, for the call. He's entirely correct. It was the epitome of planned anarchy. Know the definitions, folks. But back to this day of food, fun, and messages of hope. It's going to be Saturday, September 11th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tuskwilla Park. If you want to go be a part of it, so you can hear stories, maybe one of the stories, maybe you're still under the influence, and one of those stories you hear somebody that succeeded in turning their life around, maybe it gets your attention and helps you turn your life around. You never know. I turned my life around by literally when you hit, everybody says you got to hit rock bottom. My rock bottom was in a bathroom at a college party at 5 a.m. when I was looking in the mirror at myself with a bag of cocaine in my hand, about to do a bump of cocaine, and I'm looking in the mirror going, what are you doing, moron? You're 31 years old. You have a wife. You have a job that pays you a pretty good paycheck. You're not some college fraternity boy that just can be a wild man. What the hell is your problem? And I put the bag down and told somebody they could have it if they wanted it. And I left and went and sought out help. And I'm the person I am today. And this came after, by the way, let me tell you how bad addiction is. 3 months before this epiphany that washed over me, I had returned home to Georgia for a weekend. My buddy said, "Hey, you still know the guy down in the area to go get some cocaine?" I go, "Sure, I can go get coke." I hadn't done any coke in my hometown in over 2 years, and yet there was a time when I sold the cocaine because it helped fuel my habit. I didn't have to pay for it, so I had connections. So we threw in some money together and went and got the drugs and pulled back into the apartment complex. And lo and behold, one of my supposed buddies, and you don't have no buddies in the drug game, by the way, none, but you think you do. One of my supposed buddies was trying to get out of his 6th DUI, so he had set me up because I didn't live there anymore. He was like, whatever, Tom doesn't live here anymore. Who cares? And I was arrested and charged with trafficking because of the amount I had on me. Yes, it was pled down, but still, at the time, it was a trafficking charge. Gun to my head, knee in my back, don't move, the whole thing you see in movies. Horribly embarrassed because the guys doing the arresting were very good friends of mine. I don't make any bones about it. He's Major Todd Mashmer with the Bullitt County Sheriff's Department now. He was on the Tri-County Drug Task Force at the time. Arrested me, humiliated me, took me into the jail. Arnold Ray Akins, who was the sheriff of Bullitt County at the time, his daughter Juliana and I had dated. I knew the sheriff very well because I dated his daughter for a long time. He walked in and he looked at me and he goes, "You can't fathom how disgusted I am with you." My buddy Lee Smith, who was a Statesboro cop, come in and goes, "I would have never thought it." And the disgust on his face, you could visibly see. Brian Kingery, one of my best friends, stood in the doorway and goes, "What in the hell is wrong with you? I don't even know who you are." These are people that were confidants of mine, very good friends of mine. I didn't do it. I came back to Florida and went right back to doing cocaine. I'll worry about that jail thing in Georgia later. You'd think that gets your attention. Nope. It wasn't until I had that epiphany 3 months later in a bathroom in Gainesville, Florida. What the hell are you doing with your life? You're 31 years old. You're facing trafficking charges in the state of Georgia. You could go away for a long time in state prison, and you're still doing this stupidity? That was it for me. You never know what it is for an addict that turns them. But God, thank God, something resonates with an addict and it turns them. I thank the good Lord and those cops and the disgusted look on their face because that stayed with me. And that was all playing in my mind that morning at 5 a.m. in a bathroom in Gainesville, Florida, when I decided enough was enough. Enough wasn't enough, a gun to my head and all 3 months earlier. It's strange how that works. Good morning, you're on Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Hello. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good.
Joe, right?
No, it's Tom.
Okay.
Go ahead. You called the radio program.
All right. So, are we ready to go live?
We are live.
Okay, perfect.
Oh no.
Well,
No. Is this? Oh, this is my call that's supposed to be at 9:50.
Correct.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were a caller. You called a different line than I'm used to calling. We got to take a break. We're coming up with you next. So hold for me real quick.
Okay.
And we'll go to a break.
Good.
We'll be right back after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Celebrity Soul Food is opening its flagship restaurant here in Ocala on Friday, September 3rd.
It threw me off that you called this line because they didn't give you 35. They didn't give you 352 351 2828
of Celebrity Soul Food. You'll learn about
that's the. Can you write that down and call? That's the better number for because you called in on Skype and it's just not as good.
At 10 a.m. to hear what's on the menu from
351-2828
right here on WOCA, The Source.
Please.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is
Thank
Becky
you.
at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Caught me off guard.
Gene Powell Pastumoy, 352-629-2440. A few of our tractor services include bush hogging, disking, and rototilling. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, IOAs, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Howell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pastumoy, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back. This is Ocala Talks. Go out to the phone line. You know, school started back, and